All right, here we go with the December 19th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East along with you. Let's begin with a couple of tower cameras, and we have a lot of ground to cover. I'm going to talk about the midweek storm system, the Christmas weekend weather, and the big pattern change for next week as today's edition of the video rolls along. So stick with me here. There's our Greensboro tower camera early this morning. Temperature during the 5 a.m. hour, 41 at the PTI airport. We'll take a peek at the Dowd YMCA camera in uptown Charlotte. Again, similar, 40s, 47 degrees with a little bit of a southwest wind stirring around. Had a mild day yesterday, even milder conditions today. These were your highs across the region yesterday, anywhere from 57 in Greensboro and Winston-Salem to 63 in the foothill areas. In terms of the Triad viewing area, here's the Charlotte viewing area highs, all the way up to 66 in Wadesboro, 65 in Monroe and Rockingham. Even the mountain zones into the low 50s. Cool this morning, 40s, some 30s mixed in here and there. Also some patchy areas of fog early this morning as you start off this Tuesday morning. All right, there's the radar and the satellite. Just some broken cloud cover out there. I do think some pretty good intervals of sunshine on the way today as we await the arrival of our next big storm system. A couple sprinkles in the Mississippi Valley region there in Mississippi and Arkansas. And then here's the big deal, the rain beginning to break out in Texas, as this area of low pressure there near the Lone Star State is organizing, and that is going to turn into a big-time rain event. Look at the rain here on Futurecast. This becomes very, very widespread and then feeds right into the Carolinas by tomorrow. And this will be a very wet weather scenario for our Wednesday. Now, today we are in good shape. Clouds will increase by this evening and tonight, but ahead of it, pretty good weather day. And then you notice by daybreak tomorrow, that rain spreading into the western Carolinas. Look at these highs this afternoon, though. It is going to be a mild weather day for sure. A wet weather day for Wednesday. Rain throughout the majority of the day across the region. Temperatures definitely held in check across North Carolina with the frontal boundary kind of staying focused off to the south, that low pressure area tracking just off to the south. And so not a lot of temperature movement, but there will be a lot of rain. Soaking rain event. Here's what Futurecast is indicating. Now, in this most recent run, big numbers down around the South and North Carolina border region. And it looks like that will probably be the zone that gets the heaviest rain, close to the Highway 74 corridor. There's the Futurecast modeling. I'll show you what it looks like on the European, similar distribution. And then there is the GFS. So the bottom line is everybody, at least in most spots in the Carolinas, gets a good soaker out of this. Heaviest totals may be near the North and South Carolina border region. We're in a wedge then for Thursday. Northeast flow, clouds, some cool temperatures. There's your Thursday highs. And then we go into Friday and the weekend. Complex setup here. Friday, I think most of us, let me do this one more time. Friday, I think most of us are going to be rain-free outside of maybe the mountains or the adjacent foothills. But then Friday night into Saturday, rain chances roll in, and this will be a very, very slow-moving front. And timing this front will make all the weather difference in the world Saturday, Sunday, and into Christmas. So there's Saturday on the European. There's Sunday. Notice the front does not move much at all during that 24-hour period, Saturday into Sunday. So rain a possibility as we go through Christmas Eve. And then finally that front will sweep through as we get into Christmas Day. Christmas Day could be a day with falling temperatures as the precipitation draws to a close, ending as a little snow in the mountains. And so now, if you watched yesterday's video, had huge disagreement with the Christmas Day temperatures. Much better agreement now between the European and the GFS. There's the mid-afternoon temperatures on the European Christmas Day. GFS is fairly similar. All right, so let me get into it here, and we'll start off with the storm system tomorrow. I think a few charts from that I threw in here. Yeah, here we go. This is the 0-0 run of the GFS, daybreak Wednesday, early afternoon Wednesday, and then we get into Wednesday evening. Continue to have that rain moving through and then exiting thereafter. Don't think did I stick the European there? I did not. But the bottom line is it's a wet weather deal, a wet weather day for Wednesday. Now we get down the road. Okay, now this is the GFS for Friday evening, and then this is Saturday morning. Now I showed you the European on the graphic system just a moment ago, but you'll see the GFS is similar. This is Saturday evening. There's your frontal boundary position. Does not move much at all. And then as we get into Sunday, this is Christmas Eve morning. There's the evening on Christmas Eve. And finally that front sweeps out as we get into Christmas Day. That's daybreak on Christmas Day. The European model, pretty similar. There's Saturday evening. Sunday morning, Sunday evening, Christmas morning, and then early Christmas afternoon. Longer range. We will make a big pattern change next week. Here's 500 millibars off the European ensemble, the ridge going back up toward Alaska late this work week. And then we see the trough in response carve out. Let me see if I skipped a chart here. There we go. No, I didn't. No. So in response, the trough carves out over the eastern half of the country by Christmas Day. Now, if you watch this on previous runs, the European was dumping way too much energy back toward the Rockies. This is the more likely scenario here. So this is Christmas Day, and then we go all the way out to the end of next week, New Year's weekend, and that is a really cold look across the lower 48. If you don't believe me, here's 5,000 foot temperatures. This is Christmas Day, 5,000 foot deviation from normals, I should say. Excuse me. Now we're out to Tuesday, day after Christmas. Boy, that's pretty cold. There are a lot of the lower 48, all the way out to heading into New Year's Eve, and then out the end of this run. This is all the way out at the 2nd and 3rd of January. That's a cold look over much of the lower 48. And yes, the Canadian model agrees with that basic idea. This is out at the middle of next week. That's a cold look. And so you look for potential winter weather fun and games. The European ensemble mean, let me reposition that. Come on. Here we go. We'll try that again. The European ensemble mean, there we go. This is the snow totals through the end of the run. You see that snow line creeping further and further south. The GFS ensemble mean continues to get more and more of a snowy look as we get out into that time range. And as this cold air presses in, you could have some more, pretty anomalous events. Like this is specifically what the Canadian model shows. And let's see, this is out at Thursday of next week. Another deep Southern Plains winter weather event can't be ruled out. And actually the GFS kind of shows this as well. You don't want to take any particular model solution with any seriousness, but the trend here is kind of what you're looking at, the weather pattern we're heading into. This is a pattern recognition deal. And I've said for quite a while now that I think in the days after Christmas heading into early January, we could get very well get a setup that favors a cold air damming event or two across the region. So this is Thursday of next week, the 28th. And then you go out to Friday. That system slides on in. And it will be a scenario when, let me pull back up this chart right here if I can. If we get to, a setup like this, that is not a bad look if you're trying to, get winter weather events in the upper southeast and into the Carolinas. Could very well reel one in at some point after Christmas. We'll see. All right. That is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.